Alright, so we're out in the mountains right now, Vock Canyon to be specific, and we have my truck, Danny's Jeep, and we're going to come out here and look for spots for hunting, because we hunt, but we decided to also be a good idea to test the vehicles a little. Here we go.
Okay, so if you've never heard of Vock Canyon before and wondering where it is or what it's about, it's a canyon located in the Surbat Mountains right outside Kingman, Arizona, and it's so historic because mainly it was a mine. It was a huge mine. There was tons of mines all over. Most of them are now closed off, but they have chloride silver coming out and a lot of turquoise coming out of these mines, and so much turquoise it actually made Kingman, Arizona, the turquoise capital of the world. And there's like really beautiful springs hanging around. We later in the video showed up to a spring, but it was all dried out. And recently there was actually a huge wildfire out here. I'll get into that later in the video.
So, we made it to the first potential hunting spot. If you look around, it's actually a pretty decent spot. When we pulled up, there was already 4 deer hanging out here. 3 of them were doe. I didn't see the 4th one, but I heard it. I'm not sure if it was a buck or not. Might have been. But I've actually hunted out of the spot 3-ish years ago, where you could see down there, torn up ground. It actually used to be a little pond. So, no pond anymore. Might not be as good of a spot, but we're gonna keep looking. That's steep. Yeah, I know.
These mountains in the far distance, right on the other side of them, there is a old historic ghost town called Chloride, named Chloride after the silver chloride mines. The town was founded in 1863, and it's actually the oldest inhabited mining camp in Arizona, so people still do live there. But really old buildings, yard arts, murals, and it really gives you a glimpse of what the Old West was like. If you're in the area, I'd suggest you check it out. It's really cool.
Okay, so little fun fact about this area we're strolling around. Less than a year ago, there was a huge forest fire that burned. I can't remember the exact acreage, but it was like 30,000 to 50,000 acres around here. So throughout the video, if you look around, probably before this since we're in the nicer spots, but the firefighters had to come all through here and they had to clear out everything on the side of the roads, and there's tons of cleared out areas. This road's actually gotten nicer since we've been through it last. But I'm assuming because all the wildland trucks strolling through here have smoothed it out. But still a lot of animals poking around. You've seen a couple deer, like I said before. Cows all over the place. But there's a person who owns hundreds of acres out here that also owns thousands of cows, and he just lets them roam around because it's an open range land. But we saw cows, saw mountain lion dens. Thankfully we didn't actually see a mountain lion, but also truck has been doing pretty well throughout all of this. Same with the Jeep, but I'm more impressed with the truck, honestly, because we don't even have lockers in this thing yet, and it's just crawling around like it owns the place. But the trucks had absolutely no issues. None at all this whole time.
Saves the brakes too.
No, my paint. Scratching my paint up. Jeep's been doing pretty well throughout all of this too, but Jeep's Jeep. It's always gonna do good in this stuff. It just crawls around wherever it wants, that thing. You can really idle up hills with it. I was just in it when my sister was driving around, and you actually can just idle up hills. And 4-low, of course. But steep rocky hills, no problem. That's the one thing I can't do in this truck. Like, maybe I could put it in first and get something similar, but it's not the same at all in that Jeep. So one thing the Jeep has over this truck, its ability to just crawl around all over the place. Because the truck does have more power than the Jeep. Oh yeah, that's the other thing the Jeep has over this truck. It actually has power steering.
And power brakes.
Yeah, and power brakes. Once this truck gets power steering though, it's gonna be unstoppable.
Power brakes would be nice, but
Power steering is like, if I get some power steering this thing, I won't have to worry about breaking my arm anymore. Cause like, you just saw me, I just smashed my elbow up against the door right there. I didn't feel good. And twice when we were driving out here, I did get the wheel taken out of my hands. But my thumbs aren't in here, so. But I'm scared to drive my thumbs in here after what happened one of the times. Power brakes would also be nice though. So like I don't almost rear end people when I'm driving around on the street. Because people tend to just slam on the brakes randomly.
I think power brakes is probably like one of the worst things.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. How dusted out is she?
Oh my god.